coaches did a great job working hard. I mean, we covered so many states and players and families. It's going really good. Great group of guys, great people, great families. You know, this is our first recruiting class we have in person, you know, because everything else was over Zoom. It's really our second class, first one in person. So it's been really cool to get to meet the families, see the kids, give the staff a lot of credit. They worked hard. They were all over the place. We're back now. I told the team today, it's just great to be back around them and do football again, and knowing that we're all going to sleep in our beds for a couple nights in a row, which is awesome. So it's going really well, and I'm really excited.
Just to kind of piggyback off that, I asked you last week about being at Gillette. I kind of want to expand on that. Being able to see the guys around here in person, in that environment, how important is that for you and the staff?
Well, it's huge to be able to do live evals. I mean, just like being able to go to a high school right now and watch a basketball game and see how a kid moves, see what his body looks like. You know, we love the guys we brought in. I mean, we got really good freshmen that are here right now, and a lot of them we didn't know what they looked like until they stepped foot on campus. But to see the guys we have and really know them and watch them play and be able to evaluate guys at a high school game, I mean, that's huge. I mean, it's awesome, and I'm fired up I got a chance to do that. Plus, it's good for us to represent, you know, Massachusetts, which is, you know, really good football, well coached. Those were great games.
You guys have all those recruits here this morning. What does that practice look like for them? What do they do? Do they just, you know, observe, or are they involved at all?
No, they can't be involved.
Okay.
I'd like for them to be.
Yeah.
They're just watching. You know, their families are out there. They're watching practice and seeing what it's like. Kind of a quick practice today. Just get the guys back into a routine. Very competitive. They're having fun. They were talking a lot of smack to each other. So it was fun. But it's good for them to see what it's going to look like, who they're going to be playing with, competing against. So it's fun when we build in a visit to have a practice around it so they can see, and the parents can see. And you guys got to see a little today, right? It's good to see you out there, right? J-Mom usually doesn't let you do practice.
20 minutes.
20 minutes, I saw you trying to sneak in for 5 more.
Jeff, I don't think we've talked to you since Phil announced that he's coming back for next season. What do those conversations look like with you and him, and how excited are you to have him back for 2022?
Very excited, extremely excited for Phil, for our team, for the school. A lot of conversations just about, you know, how he felt physically, mentally, talk to his family, and just listened a lot too. Get his perspective, give him our perspective. You know, we have a lot of coaches who've been in that league, but a lot of listening, a lot of good conversations. And at the end of the day, he made his decision, and we're fired up that he did. You know, we'll play more football. He'll get better every week. I mean, he's on a mission right now. But I'll tell you that. I have not seen him like this. He is on a mission, and I'm excited to see what he can do. You know, again, just give him credit. I mean, the guy played. Was he really ready to come back those 4 weeks? He didn't have to. I mean, he did that for the team. So I'm so happy he's back. I mean, you have no idea how happy I am. I'm sure there's a lot of people happy. I think our team's happy, and that's the cool thing too.
It's going to be tough with people coming, leaving, portal, all that stuff. What are conversations like right now for players deciding not to play in this bowl game? Have players already told you that? And when does that happen?
We've had some conversations. You know, you look around college football, it seems like every day there's someone deciding not to play in a bowl game. And there's two sides to it, you know. Those are new ones for me. You know, a guy deciding not to play with his team in the last game. But then listening to the reasons, you could understand. I think every case is different, and I think you have to really individualize it and listen. And for some kids, the reasons make sense. For some, they don't. For some, they really need to play, and they need to get more tape. And they need to show guys in that other league that they want to play for their team. But for other guys, I get it too. So it's hard when you think about it, and I've thought a lot about that. And this is the first conversation that we've had about it. But when you really listen to everybody's personal story and why, you just got to go from there. But it seems like it's getting more and more in college football right now, which is very new to me. You know, last year, obviously we did not play in a bowl game. We chose not to. Going back to college football in 2019, when I was at Ohio State, we went to the playoffs, so everybody played. So years ago when I was at Pitt, everybody played in bowl games. So this is kind of the new trend. So you got to educate them on what's really best for them, I think. And each guy's different. So we're having conversations, but it's interesting.
sort of on the flip side of that, you have had a lot of guys entering the transfer portal, and I know that that's normal, but is that a concern for you, the number, or is that sort of a result of those conversations that you're having about scholarship?
Yeah, it's scholarship numbers. You know, 5th and 6th year guys, now that they've given you a 6th year, we still only have 85 scholarships. You know, last year what the NCAA did was they let you take those 6th year guys and they didn't count to the 85. So you could take them all. So now the 5th year and the 6th year guys, you might not have a scholarship for them. So what you're gonna have to decide, and it's made it really hard for us, is do I wanna bring in an incoming freshman or do I wanna keep a 6th year? And you gotta be careful. If you take all 6 years and you don't bring in incoming freshmen, a couple years from now, the roster management, the balance is gonna be all out of whack. So those are hard conversations and hard discussions. I'm not concerned, no. I think with the portal, I think everybody's different. Some guys wanna go to a place where they feel like they can play and get on the field and be the guy. Some people have personal reasons that, again, if you listen and have those conversations and really listen and you understand, but no, I'm not concerned right now. It's each individualized, and but that 6th year number matching with the 85, that's tough. That's really hard. There's got to be some hard conversations. And then, do you want to live in the portal? Do I want to recruit high school players, or do I want to go out and get 10 portal guys? And you guys know how I feel. I'm going to sign a lot of kids in this class. We're going to sign a lot of kids in this class. Maybe take a few portal, but I mean, the other thing is, right now, going around all these high schools, guys, there's a lot of kids who aren't getting the chance to earn scholarships. The kid who developed as a senior in Group 3 inches and is playing really good football, there's not as many scholarship numbers for high school kids because they're starting to give them to college kids. And I don't know if I'm a fan of that. I'm for developing football players, high school players, giving kids opportunity to teach them and develop them and train them and help them grow. Gosh, we can talk about these topics forever.
Take 2 more questions.
What does it mean for you to be able to play in a bowl game this year after not playing last year?
It's awesome. You know, the biggest thing is, one, I think it's a reward for the players that they deserve to get a chance to go to a city, be together, and go try to win a football game. 2, you get these practices. To have a practice like we did today, to have 4 practices next week, 3 the following week, and 3 more when we get to the bowl site, it's like having a whole other spring ball. So for me, everything's about developing the player. That's how you get a chance to develop these young players. Like, we practiced with a lot of freshmen today, and we didn't have some of the seniors do a lot. Gives a chance with all those practices to get the freshmen better and then have an offseason and then do spring ball. That's how you develop, and that's how we're gonna build this thing. So there's so many things that I'm so grateful for that we have that opportunity to get to go play in another football game and try to win a game, to go spend time over Christmas with a team, and then to practice and get ready to develop young players. So I'm really excited, and I'm glad I'm back. I'm off the road and just around the guys right now, and I can coach football again.
Coach, I think it's the first time we've talked to you since the extension. How happy were you to get that done, and what was your first purchase, if anything?
I'm not a big purchase guy. I was really happy to get it done. I kind of mentioned and spoke to you guys without ever just coming out and saying it. I think you guys all know, listening to me, that this is where I want to be. I like living here. I like these kids on the football team. I'm grateful to Father Leahy and Pat Kraft. I enjoy working for them and with them. I love our staff. I love this school. I'm grateful for the fan support because it was awesome this year. When we went to our home games, I thought our crowd was unbelievable. I want to be here and I want to win here. And I've said all along, it's going to take a little bit of time, but we're going to do it right. And it's going to happen. It's going to happen consistently. So I'm thrilled, really, really excited. This is where I want to be, and this is where I'm going to be, and we are going to win here. And I'm grateful that they believed in us to give us that extension.
Jeff, thank you.
All right, thanks for coming, everybody.